Max, I want to start with you. If he's worth that much with 1 Super Bowl ring, Tom Brady's got 5, how much is Tom worth?
Significantly less than Aaron Rodgers, because Rodgers is clearly better than Tom Brady. I mean, Rodgers does everything better than Tom Brady on the field. You want to argue leadership goes to Tom Brady? I wouldn't argue against that too much. I think that's kind of unprovable, actually, because Bill Belichick runs that franchise and is universally correctly recognized as the greatest coach and maybe GM in the modern NFL, in modern NFL history. Aaron Rodgers has a more powerful arm than Tom Brady. It's at least as accurate. He reads, well, what about reading defenses? Well, why does Aaron Rodgers hold the greatest touchdown to interception ratio of all time? Tom Brady includes all time. Reads defenses at least as well. He's clearly more mobile. This is a team game. It's a team game. And so Brady, having been on far better teams with a far better coach, has won more Super Bowls. But in fact, Aaron Rodgers has gotten his team by himself closer to winning Super Bowls than Tom Brady has. If you isolate their value, clearly Aaron Rodgers is better. And the irony of all of this is that part of the reason that Tom Brady has won the Super Bowl as many times as he has and is competitive every year is because he gets paid so little compared to his value. Because Tom Brady has sacrificed dollars in order to be on a winning team. But that's also because he can trust that his GM knows what to do with the money. Belichick is his GM. Would you trust that if you were Aaron Rodgers? Does Green Bay know exactly how to spend the money? So, of course, Rodgers deserves more than Brady, and he gets it.
What is this? I mean, are we playing horseshoes? Is it hand grenades we're playing? He's gotten closer. Last I checked, we didn't count how close you got to Super Bowl championships. Last I checked, we didn't count how close you got to making it to the Super Bowl. We counted rings, and Tommy's covered up one hand. Here's the deal. You said Aaron Rodgers does everything better than Tom Brady. Everything better except for one thing. That's win. Still, as I'm checking, that's the point of the entire game. The truth of the matter is this.
That's not about his teammates? That's about the quarterback?
Let me tell you something. The truth of the matter is this. Molly asked about contract value. Aaron Rodgers deserves more than Tom Brady in contract value right now for one reason and one reason only, because he's younger. But that's sort of like having this debate about who's the better coach for one game only. I've seen people debating this, Jim Harbaugh or Nick Saban. It's impossible to have that debate because a career is built over time. It's like you coming out here and saying, you know what? Aaron Rodgers is the most fantastic bricklayer of all time. His ability to measure and place a brick in a wall is absolutely fascinating, otherworldly, perhaps best of all time. In the meantime, Tom Brady's over here laying the Great Wall of China. He's laid so many bricks that you can't keep up.
No.
No.
You are giving Brady credit for his team. You're saying the Super Bowl wins are all accruing to only the quarterback. That's ridiculous.
You are taking away the things that Tom does.
Brady those
listen to me. That creates championships.
That's why Brady's in the conversation.
Taking $15 million a year is part of winning. Taking $15 million a year and being underpaid is part of his greatness. Doing what he does on a day in and day out basis is part of his greatness. Having an ego and drive at the age of 40 is part of his greatness. You're in love with throws, and that's fine. It's part of it. But the truth of the matter is, the only reason that Tom Brady should make less than Aaron Rodgers is because he's 40, and Aaron Rodgers is, what is he?
He ain't as good.
35, 36?
No, I think Aaron Rodgers is probably 34. I'll Google it.
Right. 34 years old.
Yeah.
Both points are valid. Both points are valid. But Will, here's what I would tell you. From a talent perspective, I don't think that Tom Brady is better than Aaron Rodgers, and I don't think that you can simply go to the Super Bowl championships 5-1 as a cause for justifying what Tom Brady deserves in terms of it being more than Aaron Rodgers. Of course, when you're winning, and obviously that's the ultimate goal, we can't dismiss that. But in terms of looking at them as individual talents at the quarterback position, I would make an argument to you that Aaron Rodgers has to deal with far less than Tom Brady has had to deal with. Tom Brady has the luxury of having Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. Great ownership, great leadership from the top on down that sort of massages and smooths things over to allow him to be the great quarterback that he is. Yes, there's a bunch of supplementary parts that are thrown into the equation. We get that. Even down to the offensive coordinator and Josh McDaniels with his jet screens and, quick screens and all of this other stuff. The reality is that you've got a lot of things going on that benefit Tom Brady in terms of dip and dunks and what have you, giving it to the Julian Edelmans, using Rob Gronkowski as a red zone security blanket and beyond. You've got the coaching of Bill Belichick. You've got the continuity at the offensive coordinator spot and Josh McDaniels. What is Aaron Rodgers complaining about? He's talking about it's a new system in place. You've been accustomed to doing stuff for years, and now you're running 5 different formations. You don't even know the signals or anything like that. So many things to figure out. So many question marks about Mike McCarthy, even though there's some continuity there. He's in his 13th year. The Mark Murphys, the Ted Thompsons of the world, the way they've run the organization, the fact that he's had to carry the franchise on his back, the fact that he's had to throw outside the numbers, that he hasn't had a stout offensive line available to him, and so many other different things. You look at what Aaron Rodgers has had to deal with. There is no denying that Tom Brady, the path towards a championship has been incredibly facilitated to him in comparison to what Aaron Rodgers has had to go through. And by virtue of that, I would not dismiss Tom Brady or disrespect him by saying he's nowhere near Aaron Rodgers, because 5 Super Bowl championships are 5 Super Bowl championships.
Yep.
And when you deliver what he delivers, you deserve a boatload of money. But if we're just looking at them as individuals, it is no question in my mind that Aaron Rodgers has had to carry a heavier load, that he is a better talent, and that he is more valuable based on that alone, because without him, Green Bay would fall off the map. Belichick has proven at least one season that you can still win a few games without Tom Brady.